Okay, continuing with factorization. Before I looked at the common factor technique to factorize a quadratic, the next thing we look at is a method called the difference of two squares. Okay, that's the next method we use. It is if the equation is in a certain form, it's quite easy to use the difference of two squares. What that means though is your equation needs to be in the form of x squared minus y squared. If you have something like that, you can easily factorize it to be x squared, x minus y, not x squared minus y, x minus y and x plus y. Okay, it could be a squared minus b squared, it doesn't matter. Okay, and you end up with a minus b, a plus b. Let's just look at an example. Okay, example 1. Let's say we have 4x squared minus 81y squared. Okay, just bring it down there. Factorizing that, taking the square root, I guess, of that first part, making it 2x minus 9y, and on this side 2x plus 9y. Okay, that's the first example. Let's look at another quick example. Example 2. I have something like 25 minus x squared. Factorizing that using the difference of two squares, taking the square root of that, 5 minus x, 5 plus x. Okay, look at third example, difference of two squares again. So 9x squared minus 16. You might be seeing a pattern here now. Okay, you go 3x minus 4, 3x plus 4. Okay, just to prove that this actually works, if I expand this out again, alright, I'm expanding this out. 3x multiplied by 3x is 9x squared. 3x multiplied by 4 is equal to plus 12x, minus 4 multiplied by minus 3, okay, is minus 12x, minus 4 plus 4, okay, is minus 16. Okay, and that now equals 9x squared. These two obviously equal 0, minus 16, which is where we started. Okay, let's look at a final example. If you have something like 3x squared minus 3y squared. Okay, so what do you do there? You're really finding the square root of 3 can be a messy number. Okay, but just remembering what we did with common factors before, the first thing you can do is bring out a common factor, which is 3. Okay, so 3x squared minus y squared. Suddenly you have something which is nice and simple, like you had up there. Okay, so you brought a common factor out. Okay, then you go, okay, 3x minus y, x plus y. Okay, so that's using the difference of two squares. If the equation is in that form, x squared minus y squared. If it's x squared plus y squared, this won't work. Okay, so this only applies to x squared minus y squared, or a squared minus b squared, whatever you might have. Not if you have x squared plus y squared. Okay, you can't just go and substitute that or use this form up here. Okay, that has to be handled differently. Alright, so really it needs to be of that form. Okay, so there's I'll be handing out a few examples plus a few problems that you should look at if you are having trouble with these.